Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video on the Forgiven Gaming YouTube channel. Today we're going to be going over the dungeon and the boss fight, which is the Raya Lucaria crystal tunnels. I want to say I'm saying that right, yeah. This is obviously going to be found again in the Liurnia East section of the game. To get here, there's two ways that you can get here. If you don't want to leave Liurnia East for some reason, you can actually travel all the way up through here, come to the East Raya Lucaria gate, and then you can navigate your way down the little jump pads here. Or you can really just kind of travel up through the lake. That's the easier way to do it. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and go over it. With this, you are going to want a strike weapon. And then I also highly recommend the Assassin's Crimson Dagger. And then whatever kind of spirit ashes you want. The reason that you're going to want the strike weapon is it's very similar to the Limgrave. I think it was just called the Limgrave tunnels. Where you have the Stone Smasher Troll at the bottom. In that the enemies here are going to be very crystalline in nature, so they're going to take more damage from strike weapons and significantly reduce damage from bladed weapons or slash weapons. This also is going to be a place that's just loaded down with smithing stones and crystal cave rocks, or just cave crystals. I don't know. We'll pick one up right here and see what it's called. Cracked crystal. Going into the main room here, you are going to have one enemy on the left-hand side. These aren't even enemies that are going to aggro you. You can stand all the way near them, kind of fuck around with them a little bit, and they're only going to really get mad if you try and touch their, if you take the rocks out from it. So you can take the opportunity to get a free backstab, which is another good reason that you're going to want to bring the Assassin's Crimson Dagger. These ones that are walking around, though, they will be aggroed to your presence, so you want to make sure that you take them out first, and then you can proceed to killing these guys right here. Obviously, the blue-looking rocks in the wall are going to be the cracked crystals, whereas these white ones are going to be the smithing stones. Again, very similar to, what's the word I'm looking for here? Limgrave West tunnels. From here, you can actually run across this balance beam. There's going to be a little platforming section at the end. Right here, where you have to jump to each one of these platforms and hope that you don't fall off. From there, you can grab the smithing stone number 3, and then this item over here is going to be the somber, somber smithing stone number 3. Making a seamless transition there, like we never fell, and then that dude just randomly decided to respawn. We were going to head back down here. It is important to know whenever you see areas like this where you're heading down, don't go to the left because you can actually just fall down all the way. Hey, buddy, who are you? From here, you can actually see the boss. It's going to be located directly below you in this little area right here. You can just barely see him. The elevator right here is not going to move whenever you try and pull on it, so you're going to actually have to head down the cave. It does work as a shortcut later on if you die to the boss. It's a very easy way to get back. From here, again, you'll enter a room where you have one docile enemy on the right. You have 2 down in the middle who are going to attack you, and they are being supported by a guy that's in the back, actually. Going ahead and stealing all their cracked crystals. You'll see right here, this guy in the back. He's not really a huge issue, but he is present, and you want to make sure you're aware because he's going to be doing these magic spells at you. It looks like that aggroed the guy that's underneath the stairs. We'll let his magic go off a little bit. And whenever they drop their spear into the ground like that, you actually kind of want to make sure that you're... I personally recommend backing up, just because it does do a pretty good amount of damage, and it's got a delay on it. So it may not be the easiest thing to predict. The other thing you can do, obviously, is go for the backstab. stone that's over there. Grab the golden rune size 3 that's in here. And I want to say, yeah, there's one more enemy right here. Then we can go back up and go where that first wizard that we encountered was. From here, it does go into 2 separate paths, but realistically, they're like 5 feet each. So you get the smithing stone 3 from the left, and then you get the smithing stone 3 from the body itself. From here, you will find your first elevator. Very, very similar to the Limgrave West section. You're going to want to stick to the left instead, and just kind of fall down these areas right here. If you follow this path, you will get to another section that you have to fall down. There are no enemies through here. There's going to be an enemy after the second fall down, the second fall down location, I believe. We'll go ahead and grab the Somber Smithing Stone 2, as well as a couple of cracked crystals, and then you can fall down. If you go all the way to the end, hug the right, and you can fall down right there. Grab another cracked crystal, and then grab the item off the bottom body, which is the Somber Smithing Stone 3 again. And then this fall right here looks far, but it's actually safe. You can just drop like this. If you're not comfortable with it, obviously you can you put cotton on your boots, but it's not really going to change the fact that you don't take any damage. If you head back in, if you platform all the way down, I don't think there's any other items that you forget. If there is, I'll put text on screen right now. Actually, I'm going to check it and make a cut. Yeah, there were no items. So we run across this. There are going to be 2 sorcerers that are going to aggro you. Go ahead and take this first one. The second guy, I guess he's still unaware of our presence. And I think he's caught on now. If they try to summon using like their little glintstone crystal things, then you have plenty of time to actually just get behind them and do a critical attack. This is the contraption from earlier that wasn't moving, so this is now a shortcut whenever you step on it. From there, we will go ahead and kill this docile dude. I don't know if you're supposed to feel bad about that, but, you know, you just make something 2 out of it. Down on that drop-off, there's the smithing stone number 3. And you'll come through here where you'll run into the those, like, multi-armed skeletons. You'll see 2 of them hanging in the back right there, and then you got this guy. Realistically, I just want to avoid these guys at all costs because they have that move right there. And even if you're like up against them blocking, they break through your stamina so quick, for obvious reasons. From here, you're going to go ahead and go to them to the right. You're going to get this item right here, the smithing stone number 1, and I believe that's the only thing here. Those messages, I think, tell you that there's an invisible wall or a illusory wall, but there's not. Those 2 will drop onto you and try and aggro to you, and then you'll run into this room, where you'll have 2 up front, and then this guy right here by the door will drop onto you once you push in. If you want to fight those dudes, fight them. I don't find that they drop anything too particularly great, so I just run past them. That and the fact that they just burn through your stamina. From here, you'll go into the main room, drop down, get your back attack on the sorcerer. Eventually. Get your back attack on the sorcerer, and there you have to be careful because there is one more sorcerer roaming the area. This one, though, for some reason has more health than like any other enemy in the dungeon, excluding the boss and maybe those multi-armed skeletons. So we can see that the other sorcerer has actually aggroed onto us. That one is dead now, so we're going to go ahead and let his attacks miss real fast. And we'll take our back attack. Oh, no, we won't. Now we will. You can see like his health bar was significantly shorter than the last guy. Because we are missing health, but we have the Assassin's Crimson Dagger, we're not actually going to go ahead and use our red or our Crimson Flask to heal up. We're just going to go ahead and get these backstabs on the docile enemies. Go ahead and grab the smithing stones from there and the cracked crystals that these guys are trying to find. I will be reading the item descriptions of the of each item that we've acquired. Not each one, but like the main items, like the weapon. There's going to be a spell that we collect here as soon as we're done with these guys. The fun thing is these guys are far enough away from each other that they don't aggro if you smack one and push it towards the other. You just need to make sure that your follow-up attack doesn't run into them. From there, go ahead and pick up the items in the middle. Head off to the right, and then if you head to the right again, this right here is going to be the Shatter Earth, one of the items that we will read off at the end. Just to make sure that we can just kill every enemy in the dungeon, aside from obviously the skeletons. We're going to go ahead and take him out, and we're getting pretty close to the boss fight now. The reason that I'm using the Spear Jellyfish Ashes is because I remember, like, the Little Red Riding Hood looking lady had said something about showing the jellyfish to the, I thought she said crystalline or maybe chrysalids or something to that effect. Again, with the elevator, go ahead and hug the left-hand side and drop down, and then just platform your way down. It's pretty easy. You may get caught on the geometry and, like, thrown all the way to the bottom. I've not had that happen, but the geometry of the map does seem a little bit tricky. And then we have the boss fight coming up. This is going to be a super simple one. You're going to go ahead and go in. You're going to summon up the jellyfish or whatever you have. And then it's incredibly easy to just get backstabs on this lady. This guy, I don't know. You just run close. And if you run close and, like, strafe to the right, you can see, like, we're just constantly going to be getting backstabs, which is good because if you're missing health, again, Assassin's Crimson Dagger is going to heal you all the way to the full. The attacks that this... oh, now we got our jellyfish is now becoming a detriment. Jester makes another guest appearance. And then from that you get the Smithing Stone Miner's Bell Bearing, level 1. So going over the items that we've got, the first one is going to be the, let's look at the dagger that we got. Or actually, right there was the spell. It was the Shatter Earth spell. So, one of the glintstone sorceries of the Academy of Raya Lucaria imbues the, I don't know that word, imbues the ferrule of the caster's staff with magic, then thrusts it into the ground to create a magical shockwave, allows one follow-up attack. A stone digger sorcery used by the glintstone miners of the Crystal Tunnel at the Academy. Use of this sorcery was a stigma that marked out failed scholars. Heading over to the dagger itself, we have the crystal knife, a knife made by sharpening hard crystal, signature weapon of glintstone miners, used as tool to extract glintstone from broken rock, and as such a faint magic enwreaths the blade. This one will require 8 strength, 9 intelligence, and 12 dexterity, which is going to be most of your characters at the beginning of the game. The Shatter Earth is going to require 15 intelligence, which is very accessible. And then the last item that I wanted to go over was, I'm trying to find it right now. The thing that we just got from the boss, the smithing bell, which might be here. It is. So it says we're going to be able to offer this to the twin maiden husks for new items, and the new items that we're going to get is the smithing stone 1, smithing stone 2, and glintstone scrap. The item description is the bell bearing of a miner who once dug for smithing stone, offered to the twin maiden husks at the round table to gain access to the following items, which was the smithing stone 1 and 2, as well as glintstone scrap. So that's going to be the entire dungeon. It was a little bit longer of a video today, but if you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and have a good day.